Repeat after me. This is my time. This is my time. Any other time. My time. I symbolize it. I want people to question what's going on in that building.
There are a number of pivotal moments in an Eagle Scholars experience, two of which are our tie ceremony and our senior convocation, both of which take place in the beginning of the year. These are commitment to excellence ceremonies. The tie ceremony is a commitment to being in full uniform every day and learning what it takes to be disciplined in how you present yourself. The convocation does all those same things, but at the same time, it announces to the world that you've not only qualified to be a senior, you're also preparing yourself to transition to the next phase of life and be the leader that you were trained to become.
Been in the school since 6th grade, dog. We've been wanting this cardio for a good. I've been today's the day for that.
Make sure you have the ties on every single day except Friday. All right?
My name is Gavin Gove, Eagle Academy Scholar President, class of 2026. I don't think you know the significance of the cardigan until you get it, until it's in your possession, until you put it on.
Welcome to Senior Convocation 2026.
Up until that moment, it don't feel as real as it do until you're on that stage, and until them curtains open, and until everybody see you rocking this gray and gold Eagle cardigan that looks so nice, and it's like you earned that. Like, you don't just get that, you earn it.
Senior Convocation class of 2026.
On the convocation, I felt feeling of pride, knowing that I was able to finally come to this moment in my life. Being able to strive through 6th grade all the way to here, it's about 7 years of my life I've been at Eagle Academy. So knowing that this is finally the day where I've seen all the seniors walk around with their cardigans, I know this was finally me and my peers' chance to get our recognition for being the new year of seniors.
We all feel great now. We did it. We're here. We finally got to this point. All the hard work paid off today.
This cardigan represents a milestone. I first got my tie. I then got my gold tie, the brightest tie. And now I have the cardigan.
You got the president?
Yo, we the last ones left, bro.
Take your time, take care of your goals on what you want to do in your life. Just be and just treat others with respect.
I finally felt like it was official and like really being a part of something other than just a school, like joining like a big giant family.
Eddie for three.
Eagle wins it! Eagle wins it!
Anna Williams. Zaire has been on fire in recent games.
For the flash. Taking charge inside, and Trayshawn Shepard
on the floor to beat bigger defenders with his dribble skills.
Shaheed Muhammad on the feet. He will drive. Leave it for Morris, who slams it down. Redhawks passing the ball well to Quell Morris.
Name is Eric Acker, class of 2027, point guard. Go Explorers. Be ready for a good season.
It was different, really different. I think I was just always around it.
10 years from now, I hope to still be in this seat. I hope we still are a competitive basketball team, but I would want us to be known for is the impact that we had. Like you said before, we're competing now. That's got to be the standard. All the character building stuff that we have to work on right now, the stuff we can control.
A lot of people consider this program to be successful based off us winning games or winning championships, but that's not what I base the success of this program on.
You gotta remember, when you get to school, you're not starting over as the biggest guy on the team. You're not starting over as the best guy on the team. So you gotta do stuff to earn minutes, bro.
I base the success of this program on being able to impact the lives of the young men. Not every kid that comes into the program wants to go to college and play basketball, but once they're with us, we integrate some important things that are necessary in life.
Right? And then you got to think about, if we got 10 seconds, we're only down 2, right? What type of possession do we want to get?
I think we've been able to remain successful because we've established the culture here.
I think culture is the thing that gets you over the hump.
So you mentioned the culture here. What is that culture? What is the standard?
I think the standard starts off with
Good evening and welcome to the Eagles Nest. This is yours truly, the voice of Eagle, Greg Polius, here with my partner Shaq Mitchell. What's going on, Shaq?
Greg, we're here for the nest. We inside the nest, man. Special game, a chance to punch your ticket to the Final Four.
Yes, we have a special matchup for you, a Brooklyn-Staten Island 4A matchup between Eagle Brooklyn and the visiting Wagner Falcons from Staten Island. Eagle a 1 seed, overall 1 seed in the city, number 64th ranked team in the country, number 2 ranked team in New York City behind Archbishop Stepanak, taking on the 9th seeded Wagner Falcons. So Wagner comes into this game after beating DeWitt Clinton in the first round, where I scored 91-74, and then beating Eagle Queens, the brother school to Eagle Brooklyn, by a score of 86-75. They're riding high, averaging 89 points per game in the playoffs. Shaq, what do you think Wagner has to do to come in here into the nest to keep up that high-intensity scoring?
It sounds like they need to feed that high hand. Cleveland is actually playing out of his mind at this moment right now. 25 threes on the season, averaging about 49 a game in the playoffs right now. That's preposterous. You understand? So that type of play in the playoffs is expected, is key, and if things like that, help give yourself a chance. But you're going to need a full team effort to mess with Eagle Brooklyn.
Yeah, and one thing we know, the Eagle Brooklyn, they're stifling defense overall this season, but especially here at the Nest. On the season, Eagle Brooklyn is averaging a little over 70 points a game while only giving up 50 points for a plus 20 point differential.
Right.
And here in the playoffs, we saw that stifling defense against Brooklyn Collegiate on Tuesday, where Brooklyn Collegiate barely broke 40 points.
Yeah.
So what is that when an immovable force tries to meet?
Exactly. Someone has to give. So, we'll see how Eagle responds. They kind of started out slow, maybe shaking the cobwebs out, as Coach Kev said to his team in the back, so hopefully they'll come out a little bit more polished and have a better start to finish like we're normally accustomed to seeing. So,
and Wagner's going to come out in their road blues with the silver and white trim. And they're missing one of their big-time shooters, Adam DeBlanca. I probably butchered that last name, so if you're from Staten Island and you're a Wagner fan, please apologize. But starting 5 for Wagner, as number one of the lead scorers in a 4A, Chris Albino. who's hit over 32 threes on the season, averaging 23, 4, and 4. You have number 5, Darren Humes James. Shout out to Miss Humes, one of my first teachers I ever worked with here at Eagle. Shout out to you, Miss Humes, if you're listening.
Ninth grade English for me?
Yes, it was. Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, Shaq was actually one of my first students here at Eagle.
Yeah.
Crazy how things come full circle.
Daniel's son soon becomes Mr. Miyagi.
And it looks like they're going back to the bench. Are they going to do introductions? Is that what it looks like? I mean, it is an Elite Eight matchup, so we'll see. Notice there's some new refs in the building.
Yeah. This guy at the table has been working. He was in Queens last night, Brooklyn the day before. He must be that guy.
Yo, speaking of Queens last night, if you had a chance to tune in to that 3-8 thriller between Edison and Graphics,
Man.
Shaq, talk to us about it.
Man, I was in the building for that. Me and Ray had to stand up for like the last 2-3 minutes of that game, man. That was special. Edison has been piecing together this championship journey. It's special to see them, punch their ticket to that neutral site, giving them a chance to play for a possible championship if they could make it past the Final Four. But, they'll go against Bedford Academy, but truly, two special home games to really punch that ticket. They earned that one, so hats off to the Thomas Edison, program and staff. So.
And Eagle coming out in their home threads as we finish out the Wagner starting 5. That's number 15, Charles Gambino. And trying to see who's hiding his number. That's number 11, Clevie Hoja.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody's glad to see Eagle back in their home threads.
Yeah, players included.
Ray Jarvis let us know at the top of that Edison broadcast how he felt about them. Eagle with their usual starting 5. Hunter to tip it off. Jaden Howard, Dante Cromwell, Amir Dockery, and Lee Robinson. Eagle wins the tip. Dockery controlling the offense at the top of the key, guarded by Albano. Brings it to the wing. Drops it low for Hunter. Guarded by Yusef Darami. Hunter misses, but there's Jaden Howard with the follow.
The front court of Eagle Brooklyn's face early. Missed by Hunter, but a cleanup by J. Howard.
Humes James picks up his dribble. Gets it on the wing to Darami. Almost a steal right there. That hounding Eagle defense again as Doc gets on the floor. And it's going to be our first jump ball. And it's going to stay Falcons ball.
Right there, you see the hounding, the relentless defense of Eagle Brooklyn right there. Starting early, swarming the ball handlers right now.
Something we spoke about. Well, you know what? I'm going to save my possession hour rant for later in the game. Gambino for 3, short, gets his own rebound. Drives it, drop pass, stolen by Robinson.
We're going to call a kick ball right there?
Not sure if it was a foul or a kick ball. Looks like it was a kick ball, so it's going to stay Eagle ball. The Falcons coming out in a full court press immediately. Oh, no, it actually stayed. So what was the call?
I think it was a kick ball right there.
Albano uses the screen from deep. Off the back iron, rebound Cromwell. Pushes ahead to Robinson. 3 on a pump fake. Boom!
And that ball fake helped set his feet right there on the wing to calmly knock down that triple.
Humes James, great look. Pinned to the backboard by Cromwell. Flight 1 at work. Doc resets, thought about it. Calling out the play. A little bit too much action in there for Hunter to sneak that in.
Yeah, forced pass right there, but what a block right there by Mr. Cromwell. Scarred for that block.
Albano in the corner, looking for space. Humes James drops it to Gambino, turns back to Humes James for 3. Rebound Robinson. Lee gets it to Hunter in the post. Super mismatch right here. Hunter going to work. It's going to be a foul on the floor.
And it does not look like the Falcons have the size for Mr. Hunter Frazier. Eagle might want to look to abuse that mismatch down low.
It's almost unfair when you look at the size of Hunter and J-Howe. J-Howe
Separates them
touch
from the
pass
city.
to Cromwell. Going on the back, gets in the lane, and no foul call. Wagner going the other out. Albano gets his pocket pick by Mr. Capital One, Dockery. And that's going to be a kick ball.
Yeah, Lee open in the corner right there. I know he saw Hunter down low trying to make that pass, but he had Lee wide open in that corner. He's already knocked down a jumper.
I would have been okay with the pass to Lee or even the jump shot foul line extended.
Yeah, for himself.
Donnie for three. Too strong. It's going to stay the same way.
Fortunate to get that back. And it's actually a two-pointer that Lee hit. Excuse me. Must have had a toe on the line.
Gets it to Hunter. Lee for three. Hunter with the rebound. And he's going to go to the line shooting two.
Hunter making his presence known early in this game right now. Knows the Falcons don't have an answer and is immediately making his presence felt.
The last time these two teams played, Hunter had himself a day. He had 20 points and 18 rebounds. Just taking off away left.
Man, he has rebounded and scored inside, well, all season. Arguably say that he's the best big man in the PSAL right now.
Absolutely. And Hunter on the years, averaging 14 points and 17 rebounds. That's why he's a D1 commit.
Yeah, when you rebounding more than you even score, you're accepting the role. You're accepting the responsibility of cleaning that glass no matter what.
6-0 lead right here for Eagle early on in this first quarter. Gambino bringing the ball up. And poked away from Doc. With the easy scoop and lay. Timeout Falcons. Now, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to see a little bit of showtime, and Doc throw it off the backboard for Mr. Flight 21 right there.
Yeah, but I think that was just, him being a floor general and knowing that, he wants to get his guys kind of on track before they start having a little fun. This is a playoff game. He wants to take care of the business early.
And shout out to the Eagle cheerleaders. Always make my job difficult, which is a good thing.
No question.
So, Shaq, 8-0 here. What does Wagner have to do to correct course?
Wagner has to get on the board first and foremost. I'm not sure what's going on, but they need to run some sets for Cleveland. He seems that he's had the hot hand prior to these games. And I'm a firm believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just think that's something that they should try and approach. But the problem is they don't normally see a defense like Eagle Brooklyn. So we'll see how it turns out.
And right now, it's looking like Eagle is giving Albano that Rich Jackson achievement they gave him in the Brooklyn Borough playoffs. Chris, guarded by Cromwell at the top of the key, gets to Hume James on the wing. In the corner, Gambino loses it. Hunter with the steal. Gets to the head to Doc. Touch pass. A little too much on Lee leading him right there.
See Lee telling Doc, that's my bad. That's on me.
Inbound to Albano. Gets it to Hume James on the wing. Back up top to Albano. Guarded by Cromwell. Hunter flashes. Good drop pass right there, but can't finish. Good look inside. Jay almost got away with a travel.
And Ray would tell Mr. Demarami, stay notice smoking.
They're looking for get Hunter down low. Hunter got away with 3 seconds right there. And Hunter showing off the mid-range game.
Ooh. Jab step, unfazed, poised. Right from that short corner. That's a big man's move.
Coach Lanigan looked like he got a sideline warning right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a legitimate gripe, though. Hunter was in the paint for a while.
He was. He definitely wanted that 3 seconds. Refs definitely missed that one.
Good job by Hughes James to get out the trap. Thought about it. Drives. And Doc, once again, picking a pocket. Lee gets it to a Cutting Howard. Doc resets. Foul line extended. Good job. Good seal by Jaden Howard, but even better job by the Falcons defense right there.
He's got to go straight up with that. He lost his momentum.
Lee with the steal. Can't finish. Flight 21. It's hectic down there. Jay Howe comes away with the loose ball. Timeout as Coach Kevin's going to lose it on the sidelines.
He almost blew a gasket right there. 10-0 still is our score. Wagner cannot seem to get a lid off this basket.
Somebody in the chat asked what happened to the infrared jerseys. Those were a one-time wear.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
They collected the payment from the endorsement and got to the next thing.
So on that play right there where Cromwell got the loose ball on a rebound, I don't think he knew where he was under the basket. In that case, you take a power dribble, or you don't take a power dribble. You just go right back up with it,
Exactly.
especially at 6'5".
That's why he lost his momentum to even go up. At that point, you've got to reset.
Lee gets his Doc on the wing. Back up top to Hunter. Cromwell. Up top. Doc thought about it. Fake. Cromwell drives. Looked like there was contact. There's going to get contact on a push-off. Getting real physical down there.
Yeah. Frustrations. Running high. Tensions running high. You know it's the playoffs. You're going to see those fouls be a little bit harder. Guys are going to hit the ground just a little bit more harder.
That's Brandon Lucen checking it for the first time. As Durrami has a seat.
Big
deal. I noticed a lot of teams come in here and try to out-physical Eagle because they don't have the size. But Eagle enjoys that.
Yeah.
Like, they feed off of that.
It's a common approach, though, because, it kind of keeps them in the game in the beginning. But once, the bonus shows up and you start hitting free throws and the separation happens, it still happens anyway. So
Hunter for three from the corner. In and out. And that's Dylan Leon who comes in for first time as Doc gets on the floor and gets the loose ball. It's just hot potato right now. That's going to be Eagle ball. Great fight right there.
And his whole team coming to pick him up right there. Doc just got on that floor 3 different times right there. And that's a championship mentality right there. That's what you want to see from your leader.
Doc, Dylan in the mix. Braden. I said Brandon. I'm sorry. I meant Braden Lewison. As I mentioned, Dylan, that's the consensus sixth man of the year in the 4A. So shout out to Dylan. Slide out for Eagle. Dylan for three. Short. Good outlet pass to Albano. And one. That's a bad foul right there.
Yeah, I told Ray all the time, fouls are optics. You right there, Dylan. Once you weren't able to, get a steal attempt or get a good contest, you got to get away from the body. And right there, Albano knowing exactly what to do with it in transition. He's going to the charity stripe.
And a shooter like Albano, maybe that's all he needs to get going.
Absolutely. He definitely had a big game. I went in person to that Staten Island game. He had a pretty decent game against in that first half. He played the most solid all-around game, but they're going to need more than him.
And that was kind of a soft trap right there. Jay Howe thought about it. Lee in the corner. Gets his Doc. Doc resets the offense. Guarded by Braden. They're out looking for Hunter in the post. They double immediately. Doesn't matter. Too easy.
Hunter, too long inside.
Doc pestering out Bano and stolen. Good pass to Dylan up and under. And there goes the Eagle faithful as the net. But they can't let that happen at the other end. Great press from the Falcons.
Baskets are falling at a high rate right now, Greg.
It's a great defensive intensity, but you can't, let up after the made bucket. Good shot right there by Lee Robinson, under control.
Lee Robinson is too cool for school.
Gambino gets in the paint. Gets it back out to Albano for three. Short. Rebound Leon. Pushing the pace. Gets across the timeline. On the wing. To Doc for three. Boom!
The offense starting to flow. The Eagle Brooklyn has reached flow state. Hold on to your seats.
Once they get those points off turnovers, it could turn up real fast here in the nest.
No question.
And there's another turnover. And the crowd letting the Falcons hear it.
Eagle Brooklyn starts with defense. So once their offense is clicking, you are in a real bad spot. And right now, up 14 with about a minute and 9 left in this first. You can get me. Wagner needs a stop and a bucket right now.
Slow walking across half. Gets in the high post. Dylan for three. Short. Dylan gets his own rebound. Spins. Gets it out to Doc. Doc resets. Hounded by Braden. Gets to the corner. Dylan again for three. Gambino, good rebound right there. Almost got away with the wall. Great touch pass, but Gambino can't quite hold on to it. Dylan races behind the back. Gets to the Doc for three. Air ball.
Right there, a little too open.
It's going to be a foul. Wait for the ball on Hunter.
No, that's going to be a foul on Doc. Doc got the grab on Charles Gambino right there.
They got him. There was two. There was one on each side. So they got Hunter on the other side.
Okay.
No reason for that. You don't want a petty foul like that. This is my matchup to watch right here. Doc and Albano.
Right now, Doc winning this matchup right now.
A good drive by Gambino.
Ooh, tough.
Great
Very
finish.
Tough.
Amongst the trees.
Absolutely. Got down, used his jump stop, and finished with the left.
Gets 100 at the top of the key. And Lee's foul. And Coach Lanigan pulling some of his starters. Don't want him to pick up a cheap foul here. Smart move right there by Coach. With this first quarter winding down, just under 5 seconds to go. It's number 21, Onyx Ulaj coming in. As well as Connor Domingo. Lee, and he's, wow, no foul call. Not going to lie, it's kind of wild, Shaq.
I'm shocked that wasn't a foul call. I'm shocked Mr. Robinson is not at the foul line right now.
You guys can't see it, but Shaq was shocked for a good 3 seconds with that play in front of us. At the end of one, Eagle Brooklyn up 19-17 on Wagner. As we check out the replay from the no-look pass to Doc.
Doc has eyes in the back of his head. You know that. Looking off a defender. Mr. Dylan Leon, the big deal. Finishing in transition. High off the glass. Eagle Brooklyn reaching flow state. Hunter's involved.
Man, Shaq, I don't know if anybody gave you your flowers this season, but all the nicknames you hear, it comes from Shaq. Mr. Capital One, Flight 21. This is all Shaq. I cannot take credit for this. So shout out to you, Shaq.
Nah, man, I just love, giving something the players can take with them. You know what I'm saying? Just based off their play style. So that's why I try to always see how they approach the game and, get my best. I don't know if it's going to stick every time, but normally it seems to stick.
Eagle comes back out with the same 5 that was on the floor for the second quarter. So that was a pretty fast-paced first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, and compared to Tuesday, not gonna lie, Tuesday we saw some ugly basketball at moments.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens when you're playing, you know, teams that you don't normally see on a regular basis. But obviously it was BC, but that also can happen with a team you always see. They have you figured out, so you have to make a bunch of different adjustments. But once Eagle made the adjustments, you know, the result was the same.
I'm not gonna lie, Shaq. I have a feeling the Nest is one big play from erupting.
Yeah, they're due. It didn't really happen last game, so I know that they're due. It hasn't been a little while since the Nest had that fire in it, you know.
He gets to Dillon. Dillon from deep. Great rebound right there from Jay Howe. Gets it back to Lee and resets. Just Jay Howe showing off the strength.
Way to stay in bounds as
Sets
well.
his pick. Gets his dock. Quick release. In and out. Hunter.
Hunter with a lunch tail and a hard hat. You know how he gets down.
Hunter working his 9 to 5 in the paint.
Man, discarding defenders. Another rebound.
Albano struggling from deep right now, but he's getting the looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Albano comes in, like I said, 51 in the first game, 46 last game. Doc in the corner. Lee looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Doc waited. He's looking to put a move on. Gambino loses the handle. Dillon drives, gets on the basket, up under, can't hit. Rebound Hunter. And he's going to get a travel.
Kind of did not know where to go with it once he got that rebound, but who else is there to follow?
I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot tonight. Rebound Hunter.
Hunter's been all over the glass right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 20-plus tonight. He's on that.
Cromwell back in for Leon as Eagle takes over the size advantage with Hunter, Jay Howe, and Cromwell on the floor.
Eagle Brooklyn going full on press. Oh.
Break gets to Hughes James. Gambino for 3. In and out. Rebound Hunter. Lee gets his dock. Stop and pop. Boom!
Doc placing another triple. His second triple of the game.
Hozier gets the ball on the deflection. And he's fouled. It's a bad foul by Dante right there. You got to move your feet a little better than that.
Absolutely. His wingspan is too wide. He can be more of a threat as an on-ball perimeter defender.
Agreed. Back in that Emar role.
Yeah.
Albano, good hop step right there. Pass in the corner. And he knocks it down.
Braden Luis entering himself in the game with a trifecta.
Doc uses the screen from Hunter. Gets to Jaden Howard, and it's going to stay low as Hunter just dominates inside, getting position on the smaller guards.
Listen, he might have to sign this paint specifically after the game is over. He's owning his paint right now. He's got his name on the lease.
Dante thought about it. Gets it back to Robinson at the top of the key. Doc, pump fake. Rebound Hunter. Gets up. And the paint is just being dominated by number 23 right now.
At this point, I don't even think a rebound can go to another player right now.
As Dante got away with a reaching foul right there on Hoja. Good bounce pass right there. Good ball movement. Stop and pop off the weak side. Rebound, Jay Howe. Too far on the alley, but Flight 21 able to finish.
Howe had the pass scrape the ceiling right there. It's Donnie Sky for that, but he was able to clean it up and score.
Jay Howe looked like he was a little hesitant on what he wanted to do with that. As Hunter comes up with the steal. Good job resetting it right there by Robinson. Thought about getting shifty. Hunter for three. Boom! Hunter just showing off the Arsenal point.
Hunter Frazier is the tweet for this first half for Eagle Brooklyn. The big man making a huge difference. As coach wants time.
31-10, Eagle Brooklyn right now with 4:31 to go here in this first half. And we see a big difference in how the offense is flowing as opposed to on Tuesday when they had 34 points total in the first half.
Absolutely. It's a way different situation, and Wagner has still been held to 10 points in about 12 minutes of gameplay. So you got to understand that the Falcons have definitely had to get something better generated on offense, not just, along with stopping Eagle, but one, they've got to stop or limit these second chance points. Somebody has got to get to the body of Hunter. I don't know if the coach wants to send two bodies.
It can't be one person.
Yeah, it cannot be one sole person.
Whoever's in the game, and it sucks because it ended up being 4 and 5 on offense, but it has to be their sole job to clear him out of the paint.
Yes, he cannot be nowhere near that paint. Every time, Eagle is so comfortable in the shots that they're taking right now because they know that Hunter can clean up right now.
And if I'm Eagle, I don't go away from the high-low action because what's going to happen is the Falcons are going to try to blitz the paint, and Eagle has too many shooters to leave open, and you're going to see slow rotations, and that's what makes this Eagle team so dangerous because they beat you inside and outside.
Right. Your adjustments come with other issues that you have to solve, and that's what the testament to a good team.
Not Doc looking like Carson Matt. I love the chat. Chat is hilarious. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 330-plus viewers. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, as we get back to the action. Hoja picks up his dribble and throws it away. Almost takes out your fellow Eagle alum.
Don't knock out the camera guy. Well, actually, that's DT. Aim for the head.
Humes James back in. That was number 22, Augustus Brown, that checked in briefly. Lee slow walking it. Drops it to Jay Howe. Patient, bodies, and one.
Jay Howe just too strong. Same vibe with Hunter Frazier right there, but Jay Howe casting in his bid. They're just ruling this paint right now, Greg.
As we check out the replay.
Right there, Jay Howe so calm, poised, gets the pump fake, gets off his feet, finish in contact.
And he completes the three-point play. Eagle goes back into the press. And they're late getting there. Coach Kev not happy about that. Hoja for three, short. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. You know when that all started, Shaq? When they were late getting to the press. Everybody's rotation was a step slow on that.
No question right there. It leads to fouls. When you're late, it usually leads to fouls or made buckets.
And
thought that ball might have went off of Clevi. Hoja
gonna stay the same way. It looked like a deflection right there from Doc. Humes James gets it into Albano. Quick release. And he knocks it down.
I mean, Doc couldn't have played defense in that. What a shot right there from
That's
Albano.
how you average 49 points in the playoffs. Only on 6 threes at that.
Big time shot.
Donnie gets it back. Lee for three. Boom!
I mean, they just ran Lee Robb off a stagger screen. He gets a good look behind the line. He knows exactly what to do with it.
Albano for three on the screen.
Oh, man.
And like we said, he can heat up real fast. That's back-to-back three for him.
You saw one go in. That's what real shooters need.
Eagle up 21. In the corner, Doc for three. Boom! Both teams threes right here.
Doc looking over his shoulder at the outstretched hand of the defender, knocking it down.
And Hughes James going to go to the line shooting two.
Not sure if that was a block right there. Tough angle.
Eagle on pace to put up 90 plus this game. If you're an incoming team with limited size, how do you defend this Eagle team?
Well put together. There's 6 factors that make it harder. Coaching, you have to have personnel. You have to have the athletes. You have to have skill. You a lot to be the Eagle Brooklyn. That's why you see their number 1 seed. There's no recipe. They've been undefeated all year.
And, I mean, the chat can let me know how they feel about this. I'm going to make a somewhat bold, aggressive take. This is not the most talented Eagle team that we've had overall, but this is the most put together team in terms of their continuity.
Yeah, definitely agree that this team flows well. The chemistry's there, and it's just a lot more threats than the past teams.
Hunter gets back to Lee. Donnie with the backdoor cut to Hunter. Gets his Doc for three. Boom!
Dockery starting very, very comfortable. He's got 4 threes in the first half.
Albano gets it to Gambino. Foul line extended. Good shot right there from Gambino.
A little short range. The mid-range is not dead. Nice shot right there. Nice touch from Gambino.
He gets it. Looking to get that entry pass to Hunter. Doc again. Good rebound right there from Hoja. And gets it out to Albano. Smooth move right there. Pretty finish.
Very tough finish amongst traffic. About 2-3 Eagle defenders surrounded him. No pressure. Unfazed.
Good pass, and Doc is fouled. Good idea, a little drop pass right there in the paint. And I'll say this about Doc. Doc, the last 2 years, has averaged a double-double with 10 points, 10 assists, just about. And the stat sheet doesn't speak to how much he's improved as a player year over year.
No question, especially this year with his perimeter shooting. He has become 2 times, maybe even 3 times the threat as when he first started out as a freshman, from 3-point at least.
Gets it out of the Doc. Back to lead, top of the key. Look, and they send double. Great move right there. Great pass from Hunter to Cromwell in the.
Such a patient possession right there from Eagle Brooklyn. They know exactly how they want to attack and getting it done.
Ooh, Hughes James with a solid drive. Beautiful outlet pass from Cromwell.
Eagle Brooklyn is cooking now. What a find right there from Cromwell, catching Lee in stride, finishing with the right.
And last possession, that was a good drive by Hughes James. But he just couldn't finish. And it's unfortunate for Wagner, right? Those are the looks against this team you have to make. You cannot afford missing layups. Braden Lucen back in for Onyx. Hughes James brings it back out. And great anticipation in the passing lane from Robinson. Beautiful look. And flight 21 with the flush.
Bags packed. Lock the house. He's got a flight to catch. Donnie Cromwell.
Gambino drives. Good look. And stay the same way. And thing, when Wagner gets pain, they're making the right pass. They're just not finishing.
Not at all. It's pressure to finish these layups. These layups not open. They're contested, and they're being challenged by the bigs of these Eagle Brooklyn team.
Gambino spins. Good pass. Good find. As Hughes James knocks it down.
James finding the touch from the line.
Alan Kearse is 100% right. There are no Eagles on this team. Team is very unselfish. That's why you end up with 6 players averaging double figures. On a given night, it could be somebody's night. As Lee doing a little too much right there, dribbling. Gets bailed out. As we look at the replay of takeoff from Flight 21.
Right there. You see the no look for looking off. Albano and Cleaver out of there fast and in a hurry.
Are you mad?
Not at all. Listen, I am him. You understand? I am him. You gotta go when you gotta go.
And Lee's at the line shooting too because Wagner is in the bonus. Well, Wagner has put Eagle in the bonus. I always get that wrong when I say it initially.
Yeah.
Leaking the boat. Hunter playing a passing lane. That's a good shot right there at the regaining control from Hughes James. At the end of the first half, Eagle Brooklyn up 51-27 on the Falcons of Wagner. For my partner Shaq Mitchell, as the voice of Eagle, Greg Polius, we're going to see you in the second half.
And congratulations to Chris Albano on his second triple in this game. He scored 1,000 points. Big accomplishment in his high school career. Congratulations, Chris Albano.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. This is the voice of Eagle. Greg Poley is here with my partner, Shaq Mitchell. Shaq, before we get into the game flow, this is the PSAL Elite 8, so people were giving us some updates, and one of the biggest matchups around the city is Jefferson at Forest Hills. And right now we heard they're down 1. Jefferson's down 1 at Forest Hills.
So the play of Aaron Tutt, the sophomore, sounds like he has the heart of a lion. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but he was in neutral league play last season as a freshman. Sophomore, he seems like he's picking up where he left off.
Listen, Shaq, I don't know if you've seen his clips on social media, but that guy's a high flyer.
Listen, he is special. I saw it when he was a freshman. We've kind of watch out for stuff like that, those players that are stayed true freshmen, because we're in the reclass era. Let's be real. But, we watched for those true freshmen, and I saw his trajectory was just a little bit different than the rest.
And listen, if you guys out in the chat, if anybody knows scores around the league, 4A, let us know. All right, I believe Eagle Bronx is playing Canarsie at home. That's another good matchup right there.
Very good matchup right now. City playoffs is live and in effect right now.
And we alluded to it on Tuesday, me and Ray. A lot of people in the city want a rematch at Eagle Fest.
I don't know. Me being an Eagle, I would rather that be before St. John's. But that's just selfishly of me.
And Shaq, before we get into the festivities real quick, what did you see from Eagle here in this first half?
Eagle had their way, dominated the paint, knocked down threes. They were just a well-oiled machine. It was Eagle Brooklyn at their best, honestly.
It looks like they came out much better than they did on Tuesday. And real quick, we want to take a chance to shout out number one, the senior Wagner, Chris Albano.
Yeah, we got him during break. We hopped out of break, and we gave him his spot. But you could definitely go ahead. Give him another shout out.
On his 6 point here in the game, he scored. That was his 1,000th point in high school. So shout out to the senior right there on a special career. Almost a steal on the inbound. Humes James gets it to Hoja. Drop pass stolen by J. Howe. Almost losing on the spin. Resets. Gets it to Cromwell. Back to his point guard. Smart decision right there.
Yeah.
Doc guarded by Gambino. Drops it to Hunter. Back up top. Swings it to Lee for three. Boom!
Not the way you want to come out if you're Wagner Falcons right there. Slow or late to a closeout. You know what Mr. Robinson wants to do.
And I believe that's Lee's third three of the game.
Yes.
It's going to be a foul. Coming into the second half, the high point totals for Eagle, Doc with 14 and Hunter with 11. Hunter might have more rebounds than points in the first half.
There's not a might. I'm pretty convinced.
Hoja thought about it. And he's going to pull that one from deep. And he connects.
Nice shot right there. I love the form right there on that shot right there.
Shot that from Staten Island.
Man.
Doc going by himself. Lee looking for the entry pass to Hunter. Gets it in. Hunter with the mismatch. Turns. And he loses the handle on the ball. And to me, there's no reason to take that dribble on a turn. You got 5 inches on a guy. Go up with that.
Yeah, I think he just kept it a little too low. The defender was able to get that deflection off the body of Frazier.
Hugh James gets his back to Durrami. Gambino gets in the lane. Scoop lane misses. J. Howe with a strong rebound. Bounce pass to Doc. And Hezzy gets in the lane. Almost a good follow. Hoja with the rebound. And that's a great job by Lee right there.
Great defense right there. And a great eye from the ref right there because, like I said, calls our optics right there. Could have very well been Wagner basketball right there.
It's a great job by Lee not fouling on the closeout as well.
Just cutting off that sideline.
Donnie gets it to Doc. Back to Lee for three. Short. Doc too strong on the follow. I don't think he realized how open he was.
Because he didn't try to dunk it, Greg. That's why he missed it.
That's what Doc. You see Doc laughing right now.
Probably telling Jay Howe, I'm gonna leave the putbacks to you guys. Oh man.
Oh. You about to clear the runway right there.
The cohesive groan from the Nets.
Everybody almost rose to their feet on that.
Yeah.
And then on that foul, Dylan Leon immediately subs in for Donnie.
That might be Donnie's third as well, or fourth possibly. So definitely going to take a breather.
Albano slow walks it across half. Drives. Good pass to Hoja in the corner.
Shooters only need to see one go in. Cleveland with his second triple in his third quarters.
Coach Kev's team could be up by 20, and he's still not satisfied with a bad defensive possession.
Because he understands that you build habits.
Lee with a little bit of wild shot. Hunter doing Hunter things as Doc gets the loose ball, and he's fouled. As someone who could speak to coaching itself, no matter how you're up big or down big, especially when you're up, coaching never stops. There's always something that you could tweak.
Yes, and there's always there's always pockets of time where you kind of fade from your identity, you know, when you're having a little too much fun, being up or being too down.
And turnover Eagle. Albano guarded by Doc. And it's stolen. Doc with the easy lay.
Man, the PSAL steals. Doc, but it's about a 6-7 steal on the day. I'm not sure.
Albano might have got away. Hoja from deep.
Yeah,
Rebound, J.D. Howard. Lee with the nifty moves.
Got to the basket in a hurry right there. And he's going to earn a trip to the charity stripe, as Braden Louison is ready to check in.
That play where Doc got the steal on Albano. Albano spent too much time trying to fight him off. When he had him on his hip, he should have been in the lane. When Wagner drives to the lane or they're driving kick, they're finding nice open looks. Okay, appreciate in a half. Somebody let us know Jeff is up 1 at the half. Close game there for us.
Biter.
Braden swings it cross court to Hughes James. And Gambino to Braden for 3. Short. What a box out from Jaden Howard. And Dylan smokes the layup.
Take an assist right there, but they come away with the end result.
Beautiful hands right there from Leon. Cross court to Lee. I'm not sure what Lee was attempting right there. You know what that reminds me of? In Space Jam when they drink the secret
yeah.
juice.
That's some secret stuff. It's only water, though.
Lee, look, he's trying to channel Dante right there against South Shore. 2 shots for Lee. Lee in the regular season averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. That's why he was voted co-player of the year with Denham Trotman.
Yeah, Lee has been special. He's come from Nebraska and blended right in, averaging 18, 7, and 4 on the year. Well deserved. Him and Denham playing tremendous this year.
Great save by Albano on a swing pass as Gambino drops it and blocked by Lee.
Good block right there. Lee on the
great weak side defense.
Yeah.
Shout out to our fellow commentator, Joff, pulling up in the chat.
Another steal for Doc.
Boom!
Another steal for Doc and another 3 for Lee Rob.
That's 4 threes apiece for the Eagle backcourt.
Man. Oh, man.
Hey. Doc can't quite finish. Dylan. Dylan finishing amongst the trees down there.
Dylan Leon, you know, he's a guard, but I'm telling you, he feels like he's taller than what he is. That's why I call him a big deal.
Great nickname right there. Doc might have a double-double in points and steals today.
Missing. And then assists could be a triple-double at this point.
It's very possible. Lee doing a number right there. And another turnover. That right there is where Braden has to get rid of the ball, and one of his guards have to come helping out when you see him getting pressured like that.
Absolutely. Frustrated also because he felt like he wanted a foul, talking to the ref.
And that is Jay Hart checking in for the first time for the Falcons.
First time today they've got that call. They got a legal screen on Hunter. That stagger screen they love to run to get a shooter open, running that for Big Dylan Leon.
A little hip action on that screen.
Got to stand tall.
That's why you have 3 refs in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to see more. You definitely can't get away with that in the playoffs.
Eagle up 67-33 here in the third quarter. Einhoff for 3. Off the weak side, Hunter with the rebound.
I'm surprised Ulaj didn't look at the basket. He was right underneath.
It was almost like he knew Hunter was behind him. He didn't want to attempt the shot.
Osley brothers. Footsteps, huh?
Gets the lead in the front court. Dillon for 3. Boom!
Highlight real play. Falcons just hit the deck.
Gambino, good drive right there, but can't finish. Lee with the scoop and score. And we have an injury now.
Looks like Doc might have rolled his ankle.
Not sure what happened, but it looks like Doc's going to have a seat on the bench. That's crazy. Lee's kind of wilding out here in this third quarter.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to put an impact on this game himself.
And I noticed this on Tuesday. Lee, the game was very quiet.
Yeah, he definitely did. A couple of players had solid games. They just didn't play well at times as a team.
Jameer Haynes seeing his first action, checking in for the injured Dockery. Braden for 3. Too strong off the glass. Dillon, stop and pop.
What a shot right there. Dylan Leon, an incredible shot maker.
That's a good job right there. Get out, battle. Quick release. In and out. Lee with the weak side rebound. Pushing the pace. Gets in the paint. Dillon. With the contact. The scoop and the score.
He's a contortionist, Greg.
And they're going to get Jaden Howard with the foul on the floor. Going to send Albano to the line. 5th foul on Eagle Brooklyn. A lot of colorful kicks on the court. I like it.
Yeah, man. These guys are going sneaker shopping. This looks like Trey's going to get his first minutes, too.
Chris can't hit the first. Splits appear. Trey Vaughn checking in for the first time for Eagle Brooklyn. A high flyer himself.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Dillon looking for the seal. Lee still running sets. Drives. And they're going to get him on a travel. What did you think about that?
Yeah, got a little bit of a shuffle on the catch, you know. Ref sees you not taking those steps as you catch it, you're normally going to get that travel ball.
In the NBA, we just call that a pass.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they can't watch the NBA.
Hard foul right there. I think that was inadvertent.
Yeah, he went for the ball.
I could tell Eagle wanted to run some of that high-low action right there when Trey was at the top of the key, but he never turned and looked down low to see Hunter get his guy sealed.
And Lee Robinson hit with a technical foul.
No reason to get, overly emotional in a game where you're up 42 points.
He was a little upset about being called for a foul call. Felt like something similar happened down low.
Gonna do a repair to Lee Aiken three-pointer.
A little bit off right there. But he finds Leon in the corner. We ready to shoot. It's too slow of a close if you're Gambino with a shooter of that level. Led team in threes this year. Like they're lacing up just like the.
As a fellow lefty, I'm impartial to lefty releases. If I do say so myself.
Definitely.
Gambino misses the free throw. See Coach Kev having a long talk with Lee. Probably reiterate the same sentiments, we saying here on the air.
Right. Probably trying to get Coach Kev probably has no idea why the tech even happened, but probably getting some clarification and just getting his player to keep it cool, level-headed. Missed both.
Bano finally hits at the line. Trayvon in the game for Jaden Howard. Humes James on the side out for Wagner. Ref going to the table. Something. 1:16 to go here in the third quarter. Oh, not the table. He's talking to the Eagle coaches. It's Eagle crowd letting Wagner's play hear it on the sideline.
Oh, half court is the heckle section for sure.
Albano drives, floater, short, air ball. And there goes the Eagle faithful.
Unforgiving.
Number 33, Jackson Solis in the game now for Wagner. Gets it Dylan crossover, gets in the paint with ease.
Man, that Dylan Leon's first is out of this world.
Hunter with another rebound. Lee pushing the pace, gets in the paint. Lee's going to do some work in the offseason where those aren't going to be layups.
They're not. They are not. I'm telling you. Enjoy this little bit while you can.
And remember, he's only a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen. Chat asking for the update on Doc. Still on the bench. And
looks like he's got that
we haven't gotten an update on what it is, but honestly, there's a good chance we probably won't see Doc for the rest of this game.
Yeah, game is on Sunday, barring everything stays the way it is, but he looks like he's got that elevated and being iced right now. So he's definitely probably going to be done for at least this game.
The air up there with the rebound above the rim. Ooh. Dylan spins, pushes it across the court. Lee for three. Boom!
5 triples for the sophomore. Played fantastic today.
Hughes James drops the Gambino. Stop and pop. Gets the friendly bounce.
See if they can get a bucket before the quarter ends.
Lee. That would have, I don't know if you could say there's a dagger when you're up 40 plus, but that would have been hard to take if I'm Wagner.
Yeah, that would have been insult to injury. That's what we would have called that.
Yeah, that's exactly what that would have been. Eagle after three, up 83-38. And it's Eagle defense stifling here through 3 quarters. So, chat, let us know, who is your Sage Media standout player of the game that you want to hear us interview after the game? Lee, Doc, Hunter, who is it?
I mean, Hunter's been a little quiet in this second half, right? I mean, they've kind of handled business off, but been a little bit quiet in the second half as opposed to that first. Doc was playing phenomenally, but now he's been sidelined. So, you know, I think Lee makes a good case. What do you guys think? Talk to me. Hunter has 50 rebounds. It's hilarious.
Chat been on their comedic stuff tonight.
It does feel like he has.
They telling the producer that he's trying to get some camera time.
They see you on the chat, man.
Shout out to the creator and executive producer of Sage Media, Andre Johnson himself.
So, chat, we also need to update on South Shore versus Brandeis. You know, they're getting in their Elite 8 activities. So, if anybody has a read on that score, please let us know in the chat. As Hunter flies to the basket. I thought
he wanted that dunk. And Trayvon sends it away disrespectfully. Good pass. Air ball, however.
Wasn't ready for that.
Dylan called for the screen. Thought about dropping it to Hunter on a roll. Good touch pass from Trayvon. And it looks like they're going to get him a foul on the ground. And Eagle going to take it out underneath the basket. I would love an alley-oop play to Trayvon right here. Back up top to Dylan. Gets out to Jameer in the corner. Loses it. Hunter in the post. Back to Jameer. Dylan, stop and pop. The big deal.
I see him on a lot of those. A lot of the times I see him in the beginning of games. He's here hour and a half early. He's working on his 3-level shots, and that's a shot he works on heavy, as you see.
By Gambino in the paint amongst the Redwoods.
But yeah, just a testament to putting in the hours. I see him work out, and you see him knock it down in the game. It makes sense.
Dylan from deep. In and out. Gambino with the rebound. Good take right there. Timeout, right there. Eagle. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was actually a timeout by Wagner. The way I saw Coach K talking to Dante for not cutting off the baseline, I thought they called a timeout. I said baseline. I meant sideline.
Yeah.
My apologies. Don't kill me, Chad.
Please, we need an update for South Shore Brandeis as well.
I got to mention this, right? A lot of people like to credit the gym for how Eagle plays. Does the gym play a factor? Sure. But I can remember an Eagle team that consistently blew out their opponents to this level. It's not only the gym.
Right. It can't just be
the gym.
It enhances the experience in the home gym, but can't just be the gym.
And here's the other thing. Eagles have blown out teams on courts of all sizes all year.
Absolutely. They've come close with nationally ranked teams as well. So
yeah, they had a single-digit loss to Lehigh at Lehigh.
Right.
Good pump fake. Good move right there from the junior.
Great bucket right there from Trey. Love to see him put the ball on the floor and make a move.
Looks like a foul away from the ball.
James.
Knocks down a three. So it was a little fragrant, you know what I'm saying? So I'll take that one. Cameron fans, do what you must with that. Jameer looking for the screen. Gets it to Hunter. Drop pass to Donnie. Up and under. Too much English on that. Hunter gets the rebound. They're going to get him on the travel. Hunter hopped all the way to the C train.
Yeah, Hunter's got to get himself an Omni card at that point.
And blocked by Dante.
He stepped on out of bounds.
Did he step out? I don't even think he came down. I couldn't tell. Is that a scoreboard call? Away from the ball. Once again, always shout out our Eagle Middle School floor cleaners right here faithfully at every home game. Drop pass to Durrami, and Hunter with a little too much contact. The MTV 30-point shot is a super throwback. Wow. You got to be a millennial to know you're talking about that, Shaq. Do you even know what that is?
No. No.
Man, I haven't heard about that in years. Yusuf Durrami to the line, shooting. 2. Connects on the first. Just to give you an idea of the level of tenacity of this Eagle defense, remember what I said at the top of this broadcast. Wagner came in here in the last 2 games, averaged 89 points.
Yeah.
And they haven't broached 50 yet.
Not
Donnie with the rebound.
Eagle with 89 points of their own. But
good job getting it to your point guard. Now you got to hurry up and get it over the half-court line. Mayer gets it to Trey. Donnie looking to clear out. Gets the screen from Hunter. Drives. Foul on the floor. No shot. Going to be taken out underneath.
Yeah, no continuation in high school. Unless that would have definitely been that one.
Donnie looking for another runway.
Yeah, he's always looking for the runway lights.
Dylan back up top, guarded by Hoja. Uses a screen for 3. Off the weak side. Good rebound from Hughes James. And Donnie. Did you get him a travel?
Nah, it's a foul.
Could have gone either way, in my opinion. Because if I'm Donnie, jump step. It's not the prettiest play. You get him in the air, then you get the foul call.
No question. Jump stop definitely kind of helps you avoid traveling.
Donnie on the year, averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Very complete, asset to this Eagle team.
He gives this team the edge that a lot of teams in the cities don't have. A lot of teams in the city don't have a solid wing that can offer the services of a Donnie Cromwell.
That's their 4th option.
Absolutely. Your 4th option is averaging 11 and 7 and 4, dancing with triple-double-esque numbers. So you don't want to, loop yourself into these same city teams. This team is different. A solid wing is not what you come by. New York, we're heavy on the guards, things of that nature. But when a wing and good guards, Eagle Brooklyn is a special team.
Agreed. It's going to stay the same way as Eagle tips it out of bounds.
And he kind of adds to that front court of the J. Howe and Hunter. Like, you have a 3rd rebounder as well. 4th option on score, but you have a 3rd rebounder. Very important.
Gambino seems like, and Great move right there, but he can't finish. Hunter with another rebound. Downey pushing the pace. Drop pass. Dillon in the corner for three. Trayvon. They're going to get him on the travel. How many? This is not a real stat,
Right.
but for me it is. Trayvon has caught more rebounds above the rim than anybody I've seen this year.
This way he's got to look to try to duck it back.
Albano gets in the lane. Mayer got away with a foul right there. Good finish right there from Chris.
What a take right there from Albano, getting into the nucleus of that defense.
Dillon getting some valuable point guard minutes right here
Yes,
as
definitely.
a junior. Stop and pop off the screen, can't hit. Albano with the rebound, and he gets trapped. And he gets bumped. Good job drawing the contact right there. And the Orion Ramen calls have been coming. Shout out for my coworker, Ms. Gilbert, on correcting me on the pronunciation.
Orion.
And it's going to be a blocking foul.
I'm surprised. I thought Trey was there right there. But shout out to the Falcons just to continue to go after this. You know, they clearly outmatched this game, but they haven't given up, and we respect it.
And, you know, I think this needs to be said. This is an Elite Eight matchup.
Yeah.
All right? And obviously, you know, second-ranked team in the state, top 65 team in the country. This isn't normal.
No, it's not. These teams are 8 spots away.
Like, this is not the level in which Eagle has been beating teams is not your average deficit that you see year in and year out.
No, it is not. These teams are 8 seeds away and 43 points away in this game right now.
And that's a testament to the coaching staff, not just Coach Kev, the entire staff and their work. Orion in the game now. Jameer on the wing, gets it to Dillon. Orion for three. Hunter can't quite get it. It's going to stay. And this gym is just ready to erupt from a Orion three.
They loving a bucket from Orion. No question.
Stop and pop from Albano. Hunter, should I even say it at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
Good pass right there from Orion.
Ooh, a little bit of L1 as well. What a bucket right there. What a find from Orion, though.
Valuable minutes right here from the freshman. Humes James. Timeout, full timeout, Wagner.
2.5 minutes left in this game. Eagles going to be punching their ticket and going dancing in the Final Four.
Does anybody have an update on Jefferson and Forest Hills or Brandeis, South Shore, or Eagle Bronx and Canarsie? With just about 2.5 to go, the Eagle Deans are making sure to clear out the gym. They don't want any incidents at the end of the game. Eagle will play the winner of South Shore Brandeis. If Brandeis is able to win, again, I don't know the score, there are 2 former Eagles on Brandeis and Bryce Hamilton and KG Clifton.
Yeah.
That would make for a good storyline at Queens College.
Absolutely. Brandeis definitely been taking care of business all year, so we'll definitely see if they can handle it, come out on top. South Shore has been a tough team all year as well. Oh, man.
And one right there from Albano. Shout out to the chat. You guys always own it. Eagle Bronx just beat Canarsie So they move on to the Final Four. They're going to have the winner of Forest Hills and Jeff. Jeff is up 4 with 2 minutes left in the third. That game looks like it's going to go down to the wire. I'm sure somebody's live on the IG. I got to check that out on the way home.
Yeah, definitely.
Hunter with the steal. Spins. Drives. Too easy right there. The big man running the floor. Humes James. Guarded by Rahman. Gets to Albano. Gambino. Good hands right there from Dylan. Playing the passing lane. Should have been an and one right there. Beautiful finish. Left side.
I'm telling you. Basketball player by day, contortionist by night. With a layup right there from Dylan.
Beautiful shot from Hoja right there. The rotation was so pure.
Yeah, man. Hoja has a rotation on that layup. I mean, that jump shot, excuse me, as Haynes lays it in.
Looks like Jeff hit a couple quick buckets, and they're up 9 now. Dylan almost comes away with another steal. Hoja again off the back iron. Rebound, Durrami. Good finish right there.
Anybody that wants to tune into Jeff game, it's on YouTube.
Dylan from downtown. Albano with the rebound. Gambino stops, pops. Weak side rebound, Leon. Rahman, a little too overzealous right there with the pass in the paint to Trayvon. Can't quite finish. Hume James on the up and under. Right now, scores 99-55. Eagle has a chance to do something they haven't done all season, and that is break the century mark, which is kind of crazy for this team.
They haven't had a century all year?
Well, let's take a look at it.
Wow.
I mean, from what I remember, they have not.
Okay.
Even in non-league. Their highest point total of the season was 97.
Maybe Monroe. Let's see.
Versus Inglewood High School from California.
Monroe in November.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
That's
you're
the
right.
only time, though. But
I thought that was a preseason game. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's cool. It is. I think it is a preseason. So it doesn't count. Right
so
here,
I stand corrected. Thank you, Shaq.
Yes. But officially, it could happen right now. Uh-oh.
Hunter doing Hunter things.
There it is. There it is.
Timeout, Wagner. $25 seconds to go here. Eagle up 101-55. And it was just for his seniors. See, I don't think he wanted his seniors to go out on the court like that.
Oh, all right, okay.
Gonna empty the bench right here.
So coach is about to draw something up.
And that's going to be a turnover, and that's going to do it for us here as Eagle is going to get the ball and more than likely dribble it out. Jeff up 11. Looks like Jeff starting to pull away in Queens. There's Dylan, and it looks like Wagner's going to fall back, and they're going to dribble it out. And that should do it for us in about 10 seconds. Eagle faithful, that's left, parents, teachers, showing their applause. As the final buzzer sounds, Eagle victorious, headed to the Final Four with a defeat 101-55 over Susan Wagner of Staten Island. This is the voice of Eagle. Greg Poley is here with my partner, Shaq Mitchell.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay tuned for the Sage Media Standout of the Game.
So we're here in the Sage Standout Player of the Game interview. Eagle Academy book another ticket to the Final Four. We're here with Jameer Haynes and, of course, his head coaches, Coach KK and Coach Hamilton. So I'm going to go to Coach KK first. This is where Eagle tripped up last season. You guys get over the hump. You know, I felt like watching this team this season, you guys really had – you know, there was a grit about this team. No matter if you were winning big, it was a real focus. So just describe the mentality this team had all year long to get back to the stage in the Final Four.
So I guess, of course, like, no one wanted the season to end the way it did last year. So all year, me and Coach Kev have been talking to the guys about a sense of urgency. So every game, no matter who we playing, we're coming out with a sense of urgency, respecting our opponent no matter who it is.
And Kev, same question for you. Just talk about the mentality. You know, your team fell short last year, and now you finally take that step to get back to the Final Four.
Yeah, I think it's just like Coach K just said, just having a sense of urgency all year. And we've benefited from really great leadership. You know, we've had a group of seniors who've led the charge, who felt what it was like to be bounced out of the playoffs last year at this point. Felt the pain of that. Want to make sure we don't experience that again. And kind of led the charge the whole season in terms of how we practice, what our habits are, what our urgency is. So I'm proud of the guys, but we got a couple more games to go.
Of course, and I just want to talk about the nucleus of the team. You've had some players come in, but it was really a team with a core of players who've been here since day one. You know, you have Amir Dockery. You have, of course, Jameer right here, Hunt. Just talk about the core and how you guys have gelled together and how, you know, people stepped up in the role.
So I don't think people realize how tough it is to just come into our system and get how we do things. We run a very complex system for it to be a high school program. So last year, JoJo was the only senior we had. You feel me? So it was a lot of underclassmen. So like Coach Kev spoke about, like our nucleus of seniors, it made it much easier for like guys like a Ryan or like someone like Lee just stepping in, because now the rest of the guys, they know the system with it being year 2, so they know exactly where to be, and now they can help the other guys who don't know exactly where they're supposed to be in certain situations.
Absolutely. And, of course, we have Mr. Jameer Haynes here. And I'm going to give this question to Coach Kev. I mean, me personally, I come here early. I always see Jameer putting up shots. I swear how long have you been here, Jameer?
It's been a while. I've been here since freshman year.
So since freshman year, you've been here every morning. He's the first person in the gym taking up shots. He gets a full scholarship to go to University of Houston. Just talk about him as a player and how proud you are of him, man.
I mean, as a player, obviously, I'm proud of him. He's one of the hardest working kids we've had in our program. But it's really the person that he is. Me and Jameer have had a lot of conversations, just me and him in our office. And the level of conversation, how forward-thinking he is, how mature he is, he's a very special kid. And for him to receive that scholarship to Houston, there's nobody that's happier for him than me. I know how successful he's going to be as a person. I'm very proud of him. And he knows I love him. He's a very integral part of the success that we've had of our program. So he's very deserving, and I know he's going to do special things.
Same to you.
Like Coach Kev said, man, he's one of the brightest kids that ever come through our program. It's not so much of putting the ball in the basket. It's more so the type of person that he is. You feel me? And Jameer's going to be very, very successful in life because he's someone that no matter what it is, he feels like he will overcome the obstacle, and he should be confident in that because he puts in the work no matter what it is.
And Jameer, just describe your experience being an Eagle Scholar off the field, off the court, and on the court.
I just try to work hard in everything I do. I know sometimes things may not look the way you want it to, but, just putting your head down and working, you're always going to end up where you're supposed to be at.
And last question to Jameer. You've been a part of the program since your freshman year. You've seen a lot of teams winning a championship, losing a championship, and now you guys are 2 wins away from getting another championship, putting up another banner. So just describe how special this team is.
It's special, man. We're family first, and when things don't go right, we come together first. We're not worried about any of the outside noise, and we just taking it one day at a time, working together, staying together, win or lose.
Absolutely. So Eagle Academy booked their ticket back to the Final Four. This is Andre Johnson from Sage Media Solutions, signing out.